Hey guys, welcome to Amy's Autopsy Report. My name's Amy, and this review is for the Masters of Horror episode, The Black Cat, based on Edgar Allan Poe's story of the same name. This was directed by Stuart Gordon, starring Jeffrey Combs. This was an hour-long adaptation of Edgar Allan Poe's story. Things I liked about this movie. The acting was amazing. Jeffrey Combs did a great version of Edgar Allan Poe. The practical effects in this were really, really good, and they were gruesome. I was kind of concerned because I have read this story before, and I actually reread it before I watched this movie. Because Edgar Allan Poe is very gruesome. If you've never read his stories and you're a fan of horror, you should definitely check him out because he has some gruesome stories, and I think he was really ahead of his time, and they're really, they're terrifying. Basic gist of the story, if you've not read any Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe and his wife in the movie, his wife is sick. And he is poor, and he's trying to sell his poems and stories to these publishers, and no one wants them. And he needs to get advances on his loans. He's an animal lover. He's got a black cat, bird, goldfish, and but he's also an alcoholic. So every dime he gets, he drinks it away. So in the movie, what happens is the black cat they have kind of turns on him and doesn't like him. And it expresses some sort of jealousy when he gets close to his wife and things like that. And, one night in a drunken rage, he cuts the cat's eye out. And then when the wife, one of the other drunken incidents is he feels really terrible about this. So he decides he's going to kill the cat in another drunken rage when his wife isn't, she's sick in bed, and so she doesn't know what's going on. So he decides he's going to kill the cat. So he hangs the cat. Cat dies. Then later that night, there's a fire at his house, and when the smoke kind of clears, the black cat's there. And then, it kind of progresses into this, he keeps getting like really drunk and doing all of these crazy things, and so the cat tries to jump on him, and he's like, that's it, I'm gonna kill the cat, and he grabs this axe in the basement, and he's gonna try to kill the cat. Well, his wife sees what he's doing, and she tries to stop him, and she gets in the way, and so he can't kill the cat, and in this drunken rage, he puts the axe right in his wife's face. So that's the plot of the story. I basically told you the whole thing because at this point, if you haven't read Edgar Allan Poe, it's from the 1800s. I'm going to spoil that for you. It's been around for hundreds of years at this point. Things I liked about this movie. Like I said, the acting was amazing. The practical effects were amazing. The story was well done. It was a great adaptation. It was filmed well. Things I didn't like about this movie. Really, the only thing I didn't like about this movie is that in the real story, Edgar Allan Poe loves the cat, and the cat loves him. And because he starts to get agitated with the cat, and that's when he kind of turns on the cat and kills the cat and pokes the eye out of the cat for no reason. So it's actually even more horrifying because the cat loves him in the story. But in the movie, the cat hated him, so it kind of gives him better motive. I didn't like that. I wish they would have just stuck to the original story because, like I said, the original story is pretty horrifying and gruesome. The main gruesome acts in the story were included in the film. The story does include the axe to the wife's face. It does include hanging the cat and also cutting the cat's eye out. That stuff was all included. That was really the only thing I didn't like, was that they changed the story a little bit. And also in the poem, the wife isn't sick. Where she was kind of like bedridden in for half the film. So overall, great movie. I'm a fan of Stuart Gordon and Jeffrey Combs and Edgar Allan Poe. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. If you get the chance to check this one out, I think it's definitely worth a watch. And That's it for this review, and I will catch you in the next video. If I can turn the camera off.